Hello, guys. So this is the episode 40 World Tour of Unobtained, and I have 6 guests with me. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, that would be great.
All at the same time?
Yes,
you can
all
go
at the same
first.
time.
You can go first.
Oh, well, I am Living Computer, aka Joey. I am here, I think, for bribery, because I made a documentary about this guy over here. And, well, yeah, I'm a physics student, and I play Minecraft.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I will go. My name is Bugman. I've been playing Minecraft for a few years, but I never really played any of the early stuff. So I do a YouTube series where I'm going back and upgrading a survival world through all of the versions from as far back as I could, and it's a ton of fun.
And who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll go next. I'm Slim Jim. I play Minecraft a lot, way more than I probably should, and I'm obsessed with lists and villagers.
Who
Okay.
isn't?
Ooh.
Exactly.
I'm IGN, and I am mostly just a technical Minecraft player, and I recently got into technical Minecraft on lower versions, like 1.7.
And he's also part of Dutch crew. Represent.
All right.
Yes.
And I'm Helga, and I play technical Minecraft on the Cycroft server. I haven't played Minecraft for that long, like 3 years, which is not that long, and only 1 year on a technical server.
About 2 years ago, or wait, was it a year ago? I don't remember. A while ago, I got the idea to play Minecraft with the idea to exploit it until it gave me something I wanted. So I started this world, and this world is the results of a lot of bugs, glitches, and experiments. So, yes. Oh, it's called Unobtained, by the way. That's pretty important.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, it has been about a year and a half since you started Unobtained, Puff.
Year and a half. Thank you very much for letting me know. I did not actually know that.
And it's not even the
You're
first
welcome.
one, it's the second one.
This is the second world, but it is the longest standing world, as I'm at episode 40, and that series only made it to episode 13, and I skipped 113, so yes. Let's go ahead and get started here. I think the first place to start is the version that I started this world in, which was beta 1.9 pre-release 3. So I think the first place actually is this glass pillar. So the significance of this is, in this version, when you loaded a world in, like a brand new world in beta 1.9 pre-3, it would generate strongholds with glass pillars sticking out of them, and it would also sometimes generate a stronghold at 0, 0. And so if you look at your coordinates here, we are very close to 0, 0. So there's actually a stronghold under 0, 0 in my world.
And you started in this version because you wanted the glass pillars, really.
Yeah, that's
Did you
basically.
select a seat specifically for that?
So I actually this was lucky because I did a random seed for this world. However, yeah, if you wanted to make sure, you would select a seed and you would make sure that it has that there. But you cannot actually see this in certain seed viewers because it's kind of glitched out. So it's kind of interesting that you have to actually load the world and see.
Is it every stronghold?
Yeah, so
How
I
many are
actually
there? I don't remember.
genned all 3 of the inner strongholds, and all 3 of those have glass pillars above them.
Cool.
And this one is actually kind of unique because it has 1 pillar. Most of them have 2. This is because this is half a stronghold that actually got cut off by a mine shaft. So there's actually not really a true stronghold because it doesn't have a entrance portal. But this glass is naturally generated. So in the same version, you could also get end portal frames by blowing them up. So that was one of the first things that inspired me to do this series. And in this top chest here, you can see a bunch of them that I duplicated to have them in my world.
I think this was one of the first things that I saw you do when I discovered your series. And for me, it was one of the things that also inspired me to want to go and find other weird stuff in the series that I do.
Yeah. So I think this, yeah, it's really interesting because you think of these as a creative inventory only item, and then when you realize that at some point they were available to survival players, it's kind of mind-boggling. So I'm able to build.
And that they were so
rentals.
different looking.
Oh yes, the
Yeah.
old textures are very interesting. I'll put a picture up on screen for people watching my video.
I'm not even sure why they chose that original texture or what the thinking was. And that goes down to the Stronghold.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, we could do that right now if you'd like. And my favorite part is actually the library over here.
Oh, there.
And yeah, through here you can see I actually did do some building in here, but this is an original library. This was the first room I discovered of the Stronghold.
Ooh, what's in here?
Yeah, so this was a double spider spawner, or cave spider spawner, that I used for a while. And it's, I guess I can get a pickaxe here.
I like the Stronghold libraries as well, because I think that structure generation in Minecraft, especially earlier Minecraft, was not really that good. And so the library is a room that I think they did well when you compare it to the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely. So that is now a pig spawner. That happens when your world gets very, messed up.
I can't see anything. Oh, there it is. I was looking in the wrong spot.
Is it spawning pigs or is it inactive?
Well, since it doesn't have grass blocks around, it doesn't work.
But it should spawn pigs, right?
Oh yeah, it does. It does. I've tested it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so this was kind of the first base, actually. It was this little library here. Obviously, I moved out, but this is where I spent my first night, actually. So, a little nostalgic, although I don't come here very often until recently, since I'm renovating it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so the next thing that we can go look at is probably the Silk Touch, or actually, sorry, take that back. It's my very first discovery that I made, and that is feather falling on all items. And this was in the same version as Pre 3. When you enchanted something, the enchantment would end up being feather falling when you, like, on anything, and so in these chests you can see a leather tunic with feather falling, a leather cap with feather falling, and all these are different armors with feather falling on them. The boots aren't that special, but the other ones are.
And they actually work, right? So feather falling pants works.
Yeah, so unfortunately I missed the window to combine them in a, I believe, a 1.4 snapshot when anvils were kind of broken.
I think it's 1.4.
I see some overstacking as well.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yep, I did some testing on one of
nice.
these.
That's really nice.
So how did you get these again? The feather falling? You can just enchant anything? I
Yeah,
can't
so in that
remember.
version it would come back with a little like icon saying enchanted with 2 exclamation marks, and you was like, oh, what does this mean? And you'd go see what it makes it do, but it ended up being broken, and that it would be feather falling 1 on your pick.
Just from an
or,
enchanting table.
yeah. Any level, and yeah, they would all result in the same enchantment.
Which was odd because feather falling had like an ID of 2. And
Right,
usually when you
yeah.
have something break, you'd think it'd be like, ID of 0 or maybe 1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the ID of 2 was just very odd.
Okay, so if you guys remember, previously we saw the spawners in here with the end portal frames. So those
Yep.
were popular to the common myth. They were obtained with Silk Touch, just not in any regular version. This was in beta 1.9 pre-release 4, and that's when Silk Touch was being kind of tested and all that stuff.
But it was possible to get spawners earlier than that. You just didn't run those versions because you started in beta.
Correct, yeah, this is the last version that this is possible that I know of. So,
Which version are you talking about?
InfDev.
No, beta
The
1.9, 3,
last
4.
version to get spawners.
yeah,
1.12.
Yeah.
as an
Is it-
item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I think there's like
maybe
some
not,
more
it's an
advanced.
Falling block, maybe? Oh.
Yeah.
Not yet, yeah, but you can like, get a pig spawner in 1.12.
Okay, yeah, I was referring to the item, but if I'm wrong, that would be really cool, actually. I didn't know about that.
Well, these are more trivial methods, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I
just to
think-
silk
Yeah,
touch
for
and
sure.
get it and done.
Yeah, I think the methods that are in development now are way more complicated, but
Yeah.
probably will allow for a spawner.
Yeah, they would allow for spawners and portal if they work. But yeah,
Also,
Uh,
the
I
haven't
spawners
seen
will
that
just be
yet.
big spawners, right?
yeah, I think so.
Well, luckily, I was also able to get, with Silk Touch, infested stone. So if you look at the stone, it does say infested stone, and that's pretty cool. If you're wondering,
Ooh.
it's not just my bulk stone storage. That is actually...
That would be very little.
Oh yeah, no. I have a lot more
But
somewhere
what-
else.
But what was actually special about it? Because you could
so-
always, you used to be able to pick that up.
Well, when you mine them, the silverfish would pop out. In this case, the silverfish would pop out, but it would also drop the item that would allow another silverfish to pop out. So when you place this, here I'll take one and demonstrate. So when you take one, you place it, regular stone, when you break it, you get a silverfish.
Hmm.
Yes, my minion, kill.
Ah,
So,
I mean nothing.
yeah, GG indeed.
yeah.
So that was a pretty interesting thing, and it's basically when Silk Touch was added. And so there's a couple other things that you also could do. You could get a double slab with Silk Touch. I don't think I have that anymore. It was removed when I updated to 1.13, so the flattening kind of ruined a lot of things I had, actually.
Yeah, it really, it would have. It's sad.
Right, so next I would like to take a look at a very special pickaxe, if I can find it here.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. So if you guys would like to have a look at this pickaxe here.
Which
Boom.
one?
Right on the floor there. Or maybe you guys can just look in this chest. So you can see
Fortune and Silk Touch.
I can't see. Oh,
Nice.
alright.
some of these have Silk Touch and Fortune together.
Mine.
It unfortunately just functions like Silk Touch. You don't get multiple Silk Touch blocks. That would be very cool, but unfortunately, no.
I wonder if that's something to do with the way that the game prioritizes the enchants. Because this one says Silk Touch above Fortune in the list.
Yeah,
I think the way it works is Silk Touch always overrides Fortune. I think that's just kind of hard coded in.
One question.
Oh yeah.
So these items, do you also get them in like snapshots and pre-releases, or do you just go for the main versions or the release?
So yeah, that's where a lot of the items are obtained and how they're possible for a single player world. I do use snapshots and pre-releases and pretty much anything that constitutes as a Minecraft release. Hey, Blue Crab's here.
I will say hi to Blue Crab. You guys continue.
Okay. So, yeah, using the snapshots gives a different approach, kind of allowing for multiple glitches that aren't normally used or discovered to be used, even though it's not really as normal as most people play. I think it allows for some really interesting stuff to be obtained. And throughout the versions and stuff, I have had instances where my world has just completely broken and I had to load a backup. So this is a very risky way to play if you are interested in playing this way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but fun because there are a lot of bugs in the snapshot.
Yeah.
Of a lot of interesting things you can find.
yeah, and
I guess you have to be selective.
so
Yeah.
Blue Crab here, kind of the star of the show, he went through I think every changelog in the game, I believe.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, it took a very long time. I was just watching shows while I went through every single changelog from RD 1320 what the present.
Well,
So-
everyone needs a hobby.
So this guy, he's kind of
That's true.
taken over from my humble, not so impressive beginnings, and this guy kind of became the insane guy.
Yeah, we'd never have started without you.
I think the next thing that's interesting, we have to go to 2 places, but we can start in this beautiful room that I decorated. In this chest up here, you'll notice that there is some villager spawn eggs and pig spawn eggs and blaze and slime spawn eggs.
I don't see any oh, there.
So those were obtained.
The villager ones. Just point that out. Continue.
Yeah, so those were obtained in 11W49A, and so in that version you could press B, and all of a sudden you're in creative mode. So, that's a very fun thing to mess with. Now this is probably one of the first controversial versions because you do go into creative. So it was my idea just to show it off. I didn't get bedrock from that version. I did get some other things from that version that I could get later on. So I think it's a pretty cool bug to show off. Definitely not fair, but it's pretty cool.
I thought it was controversial as well, but I agree with you. It was good to show off because imagine if you were running a Snapshot server or something, your survival players would be able to get into creative mode. So it is fun.
Anyways, this used to be a update suppressed portal, but I unfortunately had a water issue happen.
Aww.
So I had to do a new one. And
I'm so sad. I'm so sad about that.
Oh yeah, me
Step
too.
1.7 update.
Can you just briefly explain what it used to look like?
Yeah, so wherever you see this stone cut out, the portal would actually be attached to the stone instead of the obsidian behind it. And behind it would be just a wall of glowstone. And
yeah.
So just imagine the portal 1 block forward and in this shape. So it was really cool while it lasted, but unfortunately it broke.
It would have also been 3 portals.
Technically yes, although it acted as 1. So yeah, anyways, we can go through now. So you may notice that it's a little bit
floating water.
Watery in here.
Yeah.
So
Blue crab feels right at home, I guess. Same for you, Puff, actually.
Oh yeah, I should be in here really.
Yeah,
if I
so
can
just
figure
stay
out
there.
how to
I can take over the tour. So guys, here we are in the Nether. Puff, please take over.
Okay, so in 1.2.5, if you put ice in the Nether, it would melt and turn into water. So obviously using that, you can, get some nice water features in your Nether if you ever feel like cooling off. And I found that to be a really fun, interesting bug. And so I decided that I wanted my Nether hub to be a water park.
This particular thing is something that's been on my to-do list as well for the longest time because I think it's just so fun. And I've always been a fan of taking aspects of the other dimensions and then bringing them into other dimensions, like Nether into the overworld and vice versa.
But you can't move this around after this has been generated, after you update to a different version?
Well, you can update it. It's fine to be updated. Like I can place a block here. It's fine, and it'll fill back in. But
because it just behaves like normal water.
Yeah, water only checks when it's placed.
Okay, it's just when it's placed. Okay.
Yeah. So luckily, I thought that too, and I thought maybe if I updated it, everything would disappear. But luckily for me, I'm actually, I'm okay. So, yeah. And
where
then
did these go?
What?
Oh, I've gone up the water column.
Oh yeah, so that's to my roof, the roof of my Nether, but there's nothing up there yet. I tried an attempt at a farm, but I gave up because I was bored. There was a point right after this that you could rename items to nothing. So if you look at this ender pearl in this chest up here, you'll notice that it actually doesn't have a name. And so it's just a little box above it. So that is a pretty interesting bug. And that was available in 12W41A. And anvils were very strange in this version. Just mark my words.
Wouldn't this just be, is this an unreadable Unicode character, or is it like actually nothing?
It's actually just deleting all the characters and then taking the item out.
It's like an empty string. No, that's
it's a null.
Yeah, you can also get the home space name.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You robot voiced.
I believe he's trying to say that you could also get it where every character is a space in the name when you were renaming that version.
Oh, okay. So you could make larger boxes, but with spaces.
Yeah, which I don't think you can do in later versions. I think it's pretty much exclusive to that.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
12W41A.
So in the same version, you could also, or in a later version, in 49A, you could enchant any item with any enchantment. So that's why all these items have enchantments on them.
Cactus with sharpness.
Yeah, I thought some of these were kind of funny. Some of them were just random, but you know.
Prefferfish.
No fortune on gold? Ah.
No fortune. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to be protected by the golden amulet, though.
Oh, okay.
And in the bottom one, you can see I actually did some Curse of Vanishing on certain items. This was a later addition for the enchantments. I think this was when Curse of Vanishing was added, but I'm not positive. But yeah, so I did Curse of Vanishing on some of the unobtainables and, of course, a pufferfish. Yeah, over here we have this cave down here. There is an Enderman, sorry about that. And in the deep, dark cave...
Oh, it's like from Monty Python, precisely. I love this.
There it is.
Never mind the locals.
Unleash the bunny!
Yeah, so if you want to get killed by it, you guys can go and... Yeah.
The killer bunny. Kill me.
And
Wait,
why
is that
not
toast?
even?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Why is
toast. I'm
toast?
just someone I
Oh wait,
really
if you
wanna buy.
rename it, it will like change skin, but not.
Yeah.
Will still be a
but
killer
it's still
bunny.
a killer bunny. They're quite dangerous, these creatures. Yeah.
Those are the most
I love how they
They
also.
like me.
I love how they also like survived the texture change through like. it.
What's
One
the line
five
they
or
did in
something?
Monty Python? Right. What do
Oh,
you
no.
mean? Behind the bunny?
Yeah, so... I forgot about this one. I'm actually ashamed that I forgot about
Oh.
this.
Yeah.
Shame on
I'm here to help.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh.
So people who don't know, like this is a Monty Python reference, which is a British comedian group.
Yeah.
You silly sod! Oh, you got us all worked up! Well, that's no ordinary rabbit. That's the most foul, cruel, and bad-tempered rodent you ever set eyes on.
You tit! I saw my arm and I was so scared.
Look, that rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer.
Get stuffed.
He'll do you a treat, mate.
Oh, yeah? Manky Scots git.
I'm warning you.
What's he do? Nibble your bum?
He's got huge, sharp... he can leap about... Look at the bones! Go on, boys, chop its head off. Right, silly little bidder. One rabbit stew coming right up. Look!
And they had like in the Holy Grail, they had like these very evil bunnies that like King Arthur was fighting. And so they put it in the game, and they removed it later because they felt Minecraft.
Why is Toast attacking me?
It's also a killer bunny, luckily.
Ah!
Yeah.
Just
It's
renamed.
with a different skin. Yeah.
So that's even
Or
other-
renamed.
So I actually was able to...
error.
Oh, no.
Got them, boys.
I was
Can you
able
beat
to...
them?
Yeah, so
That
that's
is
how I got
first
the
time I've
toast
been
one.
slain by Toast.
Wait, but how do you get one?
You need
one-
2 of them, right?
No, no, no. You just breed it with a regular bunny, and you have a 50% chance.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Hey, they don't have more health, do they?
I don't think so.
No, this is the only way to get a killed by rabbit statistic. There's no other way to do it other than this.
Oh,
This is one of the first things I did build outside of spawn was this floating rail roller coaster. So if anyone wants to hop in the minecart and push the button, give
I'm
it a
in.
go,
What?
and off you go.
It has so much potential, this
Right. I
invisible trap.
was very early game when I did this, so it was kind of tough to do anything more. But I have a feeling that it's possible later down the line, but I don't know how yet.
Update suppression.
No, well, there is that.
I was able to do this in early beta, but only for a single rail. I was able to do it by placing a water source and then placing the rail block immediately after.
Oh yeah, block by
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
block
right,
place. Yes. Yeah.
But if you placed anything next to one that was already like that, it would do a block update and it would break.
Yeah.
In
That
theory,
same method also allows for like triple chests and stuff.
So I'm gonna make you guys all spectator and then teleport you guys to me. So
where's the Ender Dragon?
So yeah, that's what we're gonna go check out right now. Is I got a captive ender dragon in my world. So if we travel west here, all the way till the edge of the island, and we keep going, you'll see a little ender dragon just there on a little obsidian platform.
In a boat.
In a boat.
Okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
Look how he's flapping.
It's flapping like mad.
So if you press F3 and B, you'll see that the hitboxes actually are colliding.
Very nice.
So this was done in the same version that you could get Bedrock. So needless to say, 15W 47C was very broken.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do have a pet ender dragon in my worlds, and I have yet to make a pathway to him, but I'm planning on it, and I'll probably do something interesting underneath. So any ideas
This
would be
boat is
welcome.
making it crazy.
He doesn't have like the boss name tag.
No, yeah, that's something weird. My world sometimes displays the boss over at the island, but when I fly near him, it goes away. It's kind of glitched. But I mean, what do you expect? This is pretty glitched.
Yeah, true.
Pretty
So,
cool though.
so how did you move him in the boat?
Yes.
How did you manage to do that?
That was the feat. So luckily at the time I had gapples, enchanted golden apples, so the ones, and I had a pathway just of blocks, because at that time boats were kind of broken too, obviously. So driving them on ice didn't do anything, so I had to do it on regular blocks, and it took forever. But I just kept eating gapples and drinking potions as I was taking damage, and finally got him over here. Obviously I prepared everything beforehand, but once he was over here, I kind of just left. And so when you leave this boat, you can't get back in. And I was able to run back safely, but when I went back to destroy the pathway, I actually died and lost all my gear. So
Does the dragon always flap his wings this quickly? Or is it just so anti-aerodynamic that he needs to?
it's because he's in the boat, he's just repeating an animation.
Oh, okay. Looks very silly from the front.
It is. I don't quite understand it. But
I mean, look at the tail.
At the tail? Oh, it's like an excited dog. Oh, now I want to pet him.
it's just
like
the other
it'll
way
knock
around.
you
It's
out.
not side to side, it's like up and down.
That's like a sinusoidal wave almost.
Isn't it just because he has few AI tasks now, where he's stuck in the boat, it just does the same?
It's the only one it can do.
I guess so. I didn't really look into it too much, except for, you know, getting him over here.
I now notice that his neck also like vibrates up and down. It's probably not healthy.
Yeah, he's been doing this for like months now, so.
Oh boy.
Okay, we gotta look at that.
I should have said anything, should I?
I mean, it's kind of cool just to see a little command block in a survival world. So yeah, we got a real command block down here.
Where did it go?
Oh, right over here.
But it's empty.
Oh, you don't
Probably.
see us. Here, I'll come up.
No.
So if we open, if you make me OP, and then I can.
Yeah. So it is a real command
It's
block.
life of...
It's not a map art.
There you are.
No, it's on 3 sides and there's stairs there. This isn't a prototech fake out. No.
It is real. I don't think there's a command in it, although I'm scared.
Now you
No,
can see. Now you can.
Tell me the story about this one.
It's the same as the 1.8.9 crossworld commands I just did. Give command block. So
Oh, then there's probably no thingy in.
yeah, no, there isn't. But even though I did make some mistakes with this world, I do think it's still you know, it's still got a lot to obtain, and I think that into the future versions I can maybe even get some things that are even more insane, hopefully. So thank you guys for coming to the tour. I appreciate it, and I'm ending my tour here. So bye guys.